Once upon a time in the bustling city of Lagos, Nigeria, there lived a young boy named Femi. Femi was unlike any other boy his age. He had dreams as big as the African sky. You see, Femi wanted to become a doctor. He dreams of helping people, of healing the sick, and of making his parents proud. Femi's parents were wealthy and kind-hearted people. They supported Femi's dreams and encouraged him every step of the way. They told him, "Femi, you can be whatever you want to be. Just believe in yourself and work hard." Every night before drifting off to sleep in his cozy bed, Femi will close his eyes and imagine himself wearing a white coat, stethoscope around his neck, walking confidently down the hospital corridors, ready to save lives. But one fateful day, tragedy struck. Femi's parents were involved in a terrible car accident. The news shook Femi's world to its core. He couldn't believe it. How could this happen? His loving parents, his pillars of strength were gone. Just like that. Femi felt lost and alone. He didn't know what to do or where to turn. His dreams of becoming a doctor seemed like distant stars in the night sky, unreachable and unattainable. But amidst the darkness, there was a glimmer of hope. His girlfriend, Ada. Ada was a kind and caring girl with eyes that sparkled like the stars. She was there for Femi when he needed her the most. She held him close, wiped away his tears, and whispered words of comfort in his ear. Together, they faced the pain and sorrow, holding on to each other tightly like two trees intertwined in a storm. As time passed, Femi and Ada's bond grew stronger, and soon they discovered that they were expecting a baby. Femi was filled with a mixture of emotions, joy, excitement, but also fear. How would he take care of Ada and the baby without his parents' support? How would he fulfill his dreams? Determined to provide for his growing family, Femi knew he had to do something. He couldn't sit around feeling sorry for himself. He had to be strong for Ada and for their unborn child. With a heavy heart and a determined spirit, Femi ventured out into the streets of Lagos in search of a way to make ends meet. The city was alive with activity. The sound of honking horns, the chatter of street vendors, the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Femi walked with purpose, his mind racing with thoughts of the future. He was willing to do whatever it took to support his family, even if it meant sacrificing his own dreams in the process. As he wandered through the crowded streets, Femi couldn't help but notice the struggles of those around him. The beggars begging for alms, the children playing barefoot in the dirt, the families living in makeshift shelters under bridges. It was a hard reality check for Femi. He realized that life wasn't always fair, and that sometimes you had to fight tooth and nail just to survive. But deep down, he refused to give up hope. He refused to let the darkness consume him. He had a fire burning inside him, a fire fueled by love, by determination, by the promise of a better tomorrow. And so, with his head held high and his heart full of hope, Femi pressed on, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Little did he know his journey was just beginning, and the trials and tribulations he would face would shape him into the man he was destined to become. As Femi ventured into the streets of Lagos, the city seemed to swallow him whole, engulfing him in its chaos and confusion. Everywhere he turned, there were challenges lurking, obstacles waiting to trip him up. But Femi was determined to persevere, to fight against the odds, and carve out a better life for himself and his growing family. As he walked through the bustling marketplace, Femi couldn't help but feel a pang of longing for the comfort and security of his parents' home. He missed their reassuring presence, their words of wisdom, their unconditional love. but he knew that dwelling on the past would only hold him back. He had to focus on the present, on finding a way to survive in this unforgiving city. With a heavy heart, Femi approached a group of street vendors, their colorful stalls overflowing with fruits, vegetables, and other goods. He had heard that there were opportunities for work, that he could earn a few naira by helping out with odd jobs. "Excuse me," Femi said tentatively, addressing one of the vendors. "Do you need any help?" "I'm willing to work hard." The vendor eyed Femi up and down, his expression skeptical. "What can you do?" he asked gruffly. "I can carry crates, sweep the floors, anything you need," Femi replied earnestly. The vendor grunted in response, seemingly unimpressed. But then a voice from behind caught Femi's attention. "Hey, leave him alone," the voice said firmly. Femi turned to see a young man standing nearby, his arms crossed defiantly. He had a kind face and warm brown eyes, and Femi felt an instant connection with him. "Who are you?" the vendor demanded, his tone turning hostile. "I'm Ayo," the young man replied calmly, "and I think we could use some extra help around here. Besides, everyone deserves a chance to earn an honest living, don't you think?" The vendor grumbled under his breath, but eventually relented, allowing Femi to join their market shift team. As the days turned into weeks, Femi worked tirelessly alongside Ayo and the other vendors, earning a meager income but finding solace in their camaraderie. But despite the sense of belonging he felt among his new friends, Femi couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. He longed for a sense of purpose, a greater calling that would give meaning to his existence. And it wasn't long before that calling found him in the most unexpected of places. One evening, as Femi was returning home from work, he heard a commotion coming from a nearby alleyway. Curious, he approached cautiously, his senses on high alert. What he saw made his blood run cold. A group of menacing-looking men, their faces obscured by shadows, were huddled together, engaged in what appeared to be a heated discussion. Femi's instincts told him to turn and run, to pretend he hadn't seen anything. But something compelled him to stay, to confront the danger head-on. And so, with a newfound sense of courage, Femi stepped forward, his heart pounding in his chest. "What's going on here?" he asked, his voice steady despite the fear coursing through his veins. The men turned to face him, their eyes narrowing in suspicion. "Who are you?" one of them demanded, taking a menacing step forward. "I'm just passing through," Femi replied, trying to keep his voice calm. "I didn't mean to intrude." But the men weren't convinced. They advanced towards Femi, their intentions clear. And that's when Ayo appeared, emerging from the shadows like a guardian angel. "Leave him alone," Ayo said firmly, positioning himself between Femi and the men. "He's with me." The men hesitated, clearly taken aback by Ayo's sudden intervention. But then one of them spoke up, his voice dripping with malice. "If he's with you, then he's with us too," he said, a cruel smirk spreading across his face. "Welcome to the gang, kid." Femi's heart sank as he realized the gravity of the situation. He had unwittingly stumbled into the world of crime, and now he was trapped with no way out. But amidst his despair, a glimmer of hope flickered. Ayo was by his side, ready to help him navigate the treacherous waters ahead. And so, with a heavy heart and a determined spirit, Femi took his first step into the dark and dangerous world of the streets, knowing that the road ahead would be fraught with peril, but also believing that with Ayo by his side, he just might stand a chance. As Femi delved deeper into the world of the streets, he found himself caught in a web of danger and deception. The gang he had unwittingly become a part of was led by a ruthless man named Musa, whose iron grip held sway over the entire neighborhood. Under Musa's command, the gang carried out various illegal activities, from petty theft to extortion, spreading fear and chaos wherever they went. At first, Femi tried to keep his distance from the gang's criminal activities, focusing instead on his work with the street vendors and providing for his pregnant girlfriend, Ada. But as time went on, he found himself being drawn deeper into their world, unable to resist the allure of easy money and the promise of power and respect. Despite his misgivings, Femi forged friendship with some of the other members of the gang, bonding over shared struggles and dreams of a better life. Among them was Ayo, the kind-hearted young man who had come to Femi's rescue on that fateful night in the alleyway. Ayo became Femi's mentor and confidant, guiding him through the perilous streets and offering words of wisdom and encouragement. But as Femi soon discovered, life in the gang was far from glamorous. He witnessed firsthand the suffering and despair that plagued the community. The families torn apart by violence, the children forced to fend for themselves on the unforgiving streets, the dreams shattered by poverty and oppression. Deep down, Femi knew that he couldn't continue down this path forever. He wanted more for himself and for Ada, for their unborn child. He wanted to break free from the chains of the past and forge a new destiny, one filled with hope and possibility. And so, with a steely determination burning in his heart, Femi made a bold decision. He would learn to fight, to defend himself and those he loved against the injustices of the world. He sought out a martial art class led by a wise old master named Sensei Ogun, who saw great potential in the young man before him. Under Sensei Ogun's tutelage, Femi trained tirelessly, honing his skills and pushing himself to the limits of his endurance. He discovered a natural talent for combat. His movements fluid and precise, his instinct razor sharp. Sensei Ogun took him under his wing, teaching him not only the art of fighting, but also the importance of discipline, perseverance, and respect. As the weeks turned into months, Femi's confidence grew, his spirit soaring to new heights. He felt a sense of purpose coursing through his veins, a fire burning bright within him. And then one fateful day, he received an opportunity that would change his life forever. A local boxing promoter had heard about Femi's prowess in the martial arts and approached him with an offer to compete in a professional boxing match against an opponent renowned for his strength and skill. It was a chance for Femi to prove himself on a grand stage, to show the world what he was truly capable of. At first, Femi was hesitant. He had never boxed before, and the thought of stepping into the ring filled him with apprehension. But deep down, he knew that this was his moment, his chance to shine. With Ayo by his side, cheering him on every step of the way, Femi accepted the challenge, determined to make his mark on the world. The day of the fight arrived, and the atmosphere in the arena was electric, the air crackling with anticipation. Femi stepped into the ring, his heart pounding in his chest, his muscles tensed for battle. Across from him stood his opponent, a formidable figure with muscles bulging and eyes ablaze with determination. The bell rang and the fight began. Femi moved with lightning speed, ducking and weaving, dodging his opponent's blows with ease. He unleashed a flurry of punches, each one landing with precision and power. The crowd roared with excitement, their cheers echoing through the arena. But Femi's opponent was no pushover. He fought back with equal ferocity, landing blow after blow, testing Femi's resolve to his limits. And then, in a moment of pure instinct, Femi unleashed a devastating punch, his fist connecting with his opponent's jaw with a resounding crack. Time seemed to stand still as his opponent staggered backwards. His eyes glazed over in disbelief. And then, with a thunderous crash, he hit the canvas, knocked out cold. The crowd erupted into cheers, their applause deafening in its intensity. Femi stood in the center of the ring, his chest heaving with exertion, his eyes shining with triumph. He had done it. He had emerged victorious against all odds. From that day forward, Femi was hailed as a hero. His name whispered in awe and admiration throughout the city. He became known as the African Tiger, a symbol of strength, courage, and resilience in the face of adversity. And with each subsequent victory, his legend grew, his fame spreading far and wide. But amidst the adulation and acclaim, Femi remained humble. grounded by the love and support of those who had stood by him through thick and thin. For he knew that true strength came not from the size of one's muscles, but from the depth of one's character, from the courage to stand up for what is right, no matter the cost. And so, as Femi basks in the glory of his newfound successes, he vowed to use his talent for good, to fight not only in the ring, but also for justice, equality, and the hope of a brighter tomorrow. For he was Femi the African Tiger, and his roar would echo throughout the ages, a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome even the greatest of challenges. With his newfound fame and success as the African Tiger, Femi's life took a dramatic turn. He was no longer just a struggling young man trying to make ends meet. He was now a celebrity, adored and admired by people from all walks of life. His victories in the boxing ring had earned him fame, fortune, and a newfound sense of purpose. But with great success came great temptation, and Femi soon found himself ensnared in a web of hedonism and excess.